Hello and welcome everybody to the Mo.re.Bricks channel. My name is Mo and today I'm gonna be building another Lego architecture set. If you followed the channel so far, you will have noticed there was quite a lot of those sets in the passing months and weeks. And I did buy a couple of them in one go from eBay and got a great deal on them. So next to me right now is the second to last set that I basically pre-bought, I guess. And after that, I will be moving on to the stuff that I used to do more actually before I stumbled upon the architecture series, which is Lego Technic or General Technic models, and more specifically 1/8 scale supercars. And I quite enjoy these next to like construction vehicles, which are also quite nice. I did a couple of those in the past, like the 42082, for example, like the big red all-terrain crane. I built that without a camera present, unfortunately, because at the time it was the biggest Lego Technic set. Over 4,000 pieces, and the build was spectacular. It had a couple of motors in there, a lot of functions, and the price for the number of parts was just amazing. I think I got it for under 200 euros at the time, so about less than 5 cents per piece. And today Lego Technic models oftentimes, especially like the bigger ones, go for over 10 cents a piece if you calculate it, and that's why I am also going to be looking at other manufacturers such as Kata. And yeah, I've built the red supercar in the past, the Ferrari 488 type model. But today I have something else, as I said, out of the architecture series. And let me just switch to another camera so I can show you better. And here we go. It is the White House, and it is the newer of the two versions that is out there, I believe. So there was one in the past that only had the central building without the east and west wing. And this one is the newer version. You can see the newer box design as well. It has the 18+ rating, which of course is more marketing than it is actual advice for who can build this and who will be capable of building this. So 18+ is just targeted towards adults as me, basically. It worked, apparently, as you can see. Set number is 21054, and it's just shy of 1,500 pieces at 1483. And I will open this up actually right now with you guys. I already broke the seals. Reason for that is I checked if everything was still intact and new. And I did buy them as originally packed, seals intact, but you never know what people sell on eBay. That's the thing. Let me just switch to the top-down camera. Here we go. I had my knife here, but I guess I won't need that now. Let me just put that to the side and open this baby up. And as you can see, this is probably the first or maybe the second architecture set that comes with numbered bags, which is really nice, because with the last models, if you saw the videos, I had so many pieces lying on the table. It was hard to find space to actually build the model in the middle, and this will be better now because I can just take out the bags that I need at the time, which is great. So bags 2, there's number 1. Again, sorry for the noise. I will set aside 5 right away because that's probably the last step. Here we go. Number 4. More number 2. 4 and 1. Here we go. And of course, the lawn, basically. And I honestly, like, this set was brand new when I bought it. I don't know how this happens. I mean, I get that there is loose pieces in the box, but this instruction manual is just so banged up. Yeah, this is gonna have a real impact on the resale value. I know I'm not selling mint sealed in box sets anyway, and you could technically, because it was sealed in box, not mint, but like the next best thing, I guess. And this was not stored by a collector, I guess, because this happened over time. Like, this is not something that happens in the initial shipping process from Lego to the first guy who buys it. But that's always the risk with eBay. But then again, paid probably half of what the new model would have cost me. So that's fine. All right. Yeah, steps 1 and 2 I will leave out on the table. And 3, 4, 5 I will just put away. And I think I will need these right away. The set I built before this was also one of the government buildings in Washington, D.C., the Capitol building, 21030, the set number. And if you want to check those 2 videos out, I did actually one of the kind of standard ones where I talked a bit, built a bit, then I did a kind of sped up part to make the video shorter, and then I did the second one kind of as a live stream. I didn't actually live stream, but I built it fully. I didn't speed anything up, so you could watch the entire process, and I found that it's interesting. It's not a bad thing, but I think for the kind of better consumable content for you guys, it's probably more interesting to have the sped up parts in the middle. I always put markers in the video anyway, so the chapters you can go to and skip, but also talking straight for 1 hour and 10 minutes in that case is actually kind of taking a toll on my voice. And I also want to keep it interesting with the stuff I do talk about. Speaking of which, I will switch to my laptop right here where I have the instructions and just read something from, let me go to this one and again do the picture in picture with this right here, but I think I want to do it the other way around though, because I want to show you more of what I'm doing here, and then have this one in, yeah, the side view. That's great. Awesome. So the White House. I'll put pictures basically here at the bottom left so you can watch what I'm watching in the instructions. So there is a couple of them. James Hoban's White House design from Wikipedia, and Lorenzo Winslow's 1948 plan for changes, which are from the White House Museum, and alterations to the Executive Mansion in the Library of Congress, Prints and Photographs Division. The White House is an enduring symbol of the United States and one of the most famous buildings in the world. I would agree. Every president since John Adams has occupied the White House, and countless leaders and dignitaries have been entertained within its walls. It's a place where many momentous decisions have been taken and where history continues to unfold. Current picture, and I'm not quite sure if I stood in that very spot because it's hard to get close to the White House these days. Like, you watch it from one street over, and then again there is a fence, and then there's a lawn in the middle. And it might have been where I was, and you can see, as I said, I will put the pictures down here on the left. You can see, I think these are actually snipers on the roof. At least if you believe all the White House Down type movies with Gerard Butler, and the other one was, I think, Aaron Eckhart or someone. I'm not quite sure. Yeah, but there is a bunch more stuff about the history. Another very nice photo in the kind of more dawny type light situation. Brick divider does not really count to the historic elements. And we have actually the middle building is bags 1 through 3 actually, and 4 is the right side if you look at it from the front, so the left side talking from the building's perspective, and bags 5 is then the right side of the building. All right, let's start with bag number 1, which is kind of the interior. All right, yeah, have fun guys, and I will show you any building progress in more detail, show you what is happening in the individual bags. But as I said, I will speed this part up for your convenience, and I'll see you guys for the next intermission. Here we go. All right, bag number 1 is in the bag, I guess. And I just want to show you what we have until now. So bags 1 and 2 and also 3 are the middle of the 3 individual parts to the White House. And I don't think I ever had these bright colors with an architecture set before. I mean, I had 1 or 2 yellow parts kind of for orientation purposes in another model. I think the Great Wall of China also had something underneath in the structure that you couldn't see in the end. But this is rather on the very, very, very bright side. If you can look into the building right there, the blue and the red, and it's basically still symmetrical, so you don't really need anything for orientation purposes. And I'm not quite sure why they did choose these particular colors. Yeah, but it's kind of off-putting, I think. And I mean, the sides, the back and the front that you can already kind of see, they look really nice. So if you look at the sides, you have these arch-type windows, and that looks really cool. And then you have all of these clear, kind of dark clear pieces in the back already. And this back view is really cool, I think. It's made out of 2 parts that I just put in, and I thought I made a mistake because one of them is 1 piece larger than the other. But it's actually because the middle is 3 studs high, basically. And so you need to do 2 on that side and 1 on that side. So this piece is a little smaller than this piece. I didn't line up these claw parts perfectly yet. I mean, they will hold a rod in the end, kind of the trim for the outside, but I haven't done that yet. Otherwise, it's pretty neat. Bag 2 is coming up. We already have the White House plaque. Let me just switch to a camera where I can show you this better, like right here. And yeah, this is what it looks like so far. Base plate, and already says White House, as I said. So this is going to be the front lawn, basically, and the other 2 parts are going to be attached to this one. It's interesting because if you look at the back, this is higher in terms of the construction underneath than the other sets I built so far. So usually it's just 1 row that is underneath, kind of to elevate the base plate. But in this case, it's actually 2. So you have this part in the back, and then right here, and then the outer linings, which is also 2 studs wide. And yeah, it's a bit different because this the green part of the lawn, basically. Oh, camera number 4 cut out. What's going on? I'm not quite sure because this is actually connected to the power. Okay, interesting. I think I will have to do a quick cut here because I don't want to stop doing the video actually, but I have to figure out why the charging is actually draining more power from the battery than it is putting into it. Yeah, let me come right back for you, and let's do it like in the spoilers Avengers Endgame movie, or is it Endgame? No, the actual is in the other one. Okay, but yeah, so Infinity War, that's the one. Marvel movies would be a kind of interesting topic to discuss while building Legos, because that's another thing I quite enjoy watching, Marvel and DC superhero movies. I'm not one or the other, I do like both. Snyder Cut, by the way. But I'm diverting from the issue at hand. I have to get the camera up there back running. So let me do that and come back to you, and let's make it with a... And we're back. So camera number 4 is up and running again. No clue why the battery's running out. It is charging, and well, it happens. That's live video for you right there. Yeah, so bag 1 is done. Let's jump to bag number 2, and again, give you the best view possible so you can see everything you need. And yeah, I think I can put this to the side for right now and continue building with bags number 2. Here we go. All right, bag number 3, and with it, the central unit of the White House is done. And let me just, oh, there was one piece left over. Let me just show you what it looks like now. So the roof was a big part of that construction just now, and it's pretty thick, and I did not expect the brown parts to shine through, but you can actually see that it's gonna match the trim on the lawn at a later stage. So bag number 3, sorry, that's just bag number 2. I was speaking right there. So bag number 3 is gonna be the lawn area, kind of just in front of the building, and a little bit more of the roof, which is not quite yet finished. The flag is still missing right here. And yeah, so this is not entirely done, but you can see the back right here. That looks really nice. And this construction up here is actually really interesting. There were some Technic pieces involved to get the angles right. And you can still see a little bit of red inside right there with the pieces that were needed to do it. Let me just see if it makes more sense to show you in this camera right here. So you can look into the building right there. You can see those little red bits. Oh, the focus breathing is quite bad with the Samyang lens. I can just see that right there. But the front of the building, this is the back, is now also almost done. As you can see right here. This is what it looks like right now. So these columns in the front are all done, and the window pieces are shining through, which looks really nice. The roof is kind of done, not fully. Sides were already done in the last building step, so nothing changed here. And yeah, as I said, the roof, here we go. This is what it looks like right now. And the columns in the front are already done, but the last bit of the roof right there is not yet finished, but it already looks pretty solid, and I'm not quite sure if there's gonna be any rods installed right here. I don't think so. I thought there would be, like straight across right there, but I think these will actually remain the same, so there is not going to be any rods installed here. So I have to get these a little straighter than they are right now, because I thought, well, these will straighten out when I install some of these rods, but there are actually none of those planned for these particular parts, I think. Oops, sorry, focus. Here we go. All right. And it's got some heft to it, so it's a lot more sturdy at this stage in the build than the Capitol building was, because the Capitol was straight from the get-go very wide, and it was kind of wobbly and was kind of sagging to the sides. And it took quite a while before that became heavy enough to stabilize itself. But this is a lot narrower, a lot more narrow. So this is already quite stable. And as you can see, I think also because of the way the base plate is done underneath, this has a lot more sturdiness to it right away. And there is a lot of repetition for all these window parts again. So these columns that you build, that's like always ×4 or ×2, ×8, and a lot of 1x1 tiles again, which I'm not the biggest fan of, but it is as it is. And this part right here, I can show you that. Looks really interesting too, like in the, let's see, in the front right there. You can see from that side a little bit better that there is like a little roof over the entrance as well, which looks kind of nice behind those columns. And overall, looks really good from afar already. And I'm looking forward to doing bags 3, 4, and 5 for it. But I think this is a good in-between kind of status where I can take a break and do a second video for the remainder of the set. Maybe depending on how big the side wings are going to be, like east and west wing, I might even do 3, like 1 for each, depending on how long they're going to take and how much time I will have filming. But at this stage, I would say it's just going to be 1 video for both of them together. And let me just get all the bags, see how many parts there are left. So here's 5. So there's a couple of bigger parts involved here for the other base plates that I'm gonna need. Number 4. 3, as I said, is basically just the lawn elements, so that's not gonna take too long. It's a couple of bushes and the fountain, which is dead center in the middle, parts of the roof right here. But so this is not gonna be taking more than like 10 minutes, I guess. 4. Okay, that's also 3. Yeah, but I think that's gonna be the shortest. Parts 4 and 5, the 2 buildings on the sides, are probably gonna take about the same time. And yeah, so this is where we are at right now. The White House building, 21054. And yeah, we're almost 1/3 done, I would say. And I'll take a break at this stage and make sure to tune in for parts 2. And maybe if there is a third part also for that one. Up until then, take care, guys. Bye.